Scott, is now a good time to buy or sell? Short answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Long answer?
Also yes.
Yes.
Yes. And we're back
Oh, welcome back, Jenny.
to the Hamilton's Unlocked.
Hamilton's Unlocked. And today we're going to dive into the top 10, or actually not even the top 10, the top questions that we get asked from our clients.
Yep.
Buyers, sellers. What do they want to know?
All the time.
All the time.
Let's jump right in. Okay, I'm going to ask the first question.
Okay.
Should we do like a short answer, long answer format? Do you like that?
Oh, like just give you, just answer it and then
Yeah.
maybe expound if you want.
That's right. That's
Sure,
right. So that
let's
way
do
they
it.
can like fast forward if they don't care.
Let's do it.
All right, perfect. So I think the number one question is this estimate right?
No. Never.
Well,
in fact, the guy
It
that
literally
created-
rhymes with the word estimate,
Yeah.
right? Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Well, the guy that started Zillow sold his own house, and his estimate was like drastically wrong,
Yeah.
like awful.
So why is that? Why are his estimates off?
Well, they tried buying houses, and they found out they were wrong.
Well, that's true. But I think the short answer here, the short/long answer, his estimates are wrong because they're just taking in data. They're taking in square footage, the size of the house. They're not taking in any of your updates. They're not taking in if you finished your basement or not. They're literally using an algorithm that's pretty much price per square foot, applying it to what it says the square footage of your home is online, which could be wrong and oftentimes is, and then spitting out a number.
Yeah. It's not to be trusted.
Yeah. Always, they haven't been inside your house or in your neighborhood.
All right,
Right.
Jenny, what if the inspection comes back bad?
Uh-oh. Well,
You're screwed.
people ask a lot of times if a home passes or fails an inspection, right?
They do ask
I
that.
think that would be the question.
Yeah.
What
Did
happens
we
if
pass inspection?
did we pass inspection? Or there's no passing or failing inspection, especially in the state of Georgia. What you have, short answer, long answer here. This is how I talk. I'm going to give you a short answer, but really it's a long answer. Is that you have a due diligence period where you get an inspection, and homes are not required to stay up to code here in Georgia. In fact, they could never have been updated, so therefore they would not seemingly pass an inspection. But what you're looking for are major defects and safety items, and then it is up to you to decide what you do if the inspection comes in quote unquote bad during your due diligence period. You can negotiate or terminate.
Yep, it's all up for
right.
negotiations.
Number 4, what would you do if this were your home?
It's not.
Okay, that's the short answer. Long answer?
Yeah, I think we always want to give our clients, and we do our best to give our clients what we would do if it were our house.
Yep.
What we would do on our own home. So I think that having a good agent, having us on your side, you're going to get an honest answer.
Yeah. I think oftentimes we tell them, if this were my sister, or if this were my parent, or if this were us, here's what we would do, here's what would be important. And so always count on us to answer that. I actually really like this question because it might not be the answer that they want, but it is going to be the honest answer that we're going to give them.
Yeah, when they ask that question, that they really do trust you.
Yep. All right, great. You're up for the question.
What if we wait and see if the price drops?
What if someone else doesn't? That would be my question back to them, actually. Waiting and see if a price drops on a home is a really big gamble. And really, I would look to the buyer's motivation and say, would you be upset if someone else came in and got this house? Maybe not at the price it is now, but maybe at the price you would be willing to offer. Right. And if you found out it sold at that price, would you be kicking yourself for not having at least made an offer? So if you like a house good enough to make an offer, then go ahead and make it, because that means you probably really like the house. Maybe not at the price, that's okay, but go ahead and make the offer before someone else does, because you don't know a seller's motivation until you ask.
Very true.
All right, my turn for a question. Is this a good deal?
Depends. It depends. And I think that's what, obviously, we always want to guide our clients. If they're buying a house, that's our job, is to understand the market and know what levers that we can pull on, whether it be the price or the terms. But we're always gonna try to have that conversation with the other agent to know what is important. Is it a good deal? And we've literally told our clients this is a terrible deal, or
Right.
this house is way overpriced. And we've also told our clients this house is priced great. You need to offer even above the list price.
Yeah.
So I think that's just knowing the market and being confident in what we tell them.
Yeah. And I think too, getting a good deal is important, but also this is where you're going to live. So remember that real estate isn't just an investment. It's
Yeah.
where you're going to sleep every single night. So if you want an investment property, you need to know whether or not it's a quote unquote good deal. What's the ROI? What are you going to get on it? But if this is the place you're going to live, you have to live somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to live somewhere. And so
And sometimes the good deal is getting the house.
that's right. That's what I was about to say. So sometimes it's just a matter of getting the house because maybe it's not a great deal today. In fact, when I purchased my home in Brookhaven, I did not feel like I was getting a good deal at all. I was paying list price. The seller wasn't offering a lot of incentives. I paid what I felt was pushing the limit. And within 10 years, that house doubled in price and became a very good deal for me. So
Yeah.
what looks like a good deal today may be different in the future.
I overpaid for my house at the time in
Right.
2019,
Yeah.
and I was the highest price in that area, in that neighborhood, and then sold it a few years later for a lot more than that.
Right.
So
So when you're considering where you live, don't just consider the investment piece on a good deal. Consider, is it right for you at the time?
yep. All right. Here's one that we get all the time. Should we ask for the personal property or any of the personal property, or if I'm a seller, should we leave some of the personal property to the buyer?
Yeah, I really hate negotiating furniture. Like, we sell houses, and so when I'm negotiating your things, or like your mattress, like that's really frustrating because I don't know what the value is to you or the other person. We price houses, not furniture. That being said, we always say, let's get the deal done first. Let's get the house, right? Or let's sell the house. Then, after you've gone through your contingencies and your inspections and your loan and everything's good, if you guys want to work out what
The
happens with your
stuff.
stuff,
Yeah.
go for it. Because the truth is that, if you're a seller, you can use an estate sale company, but they're going to take a cut, or you can pay to have it moved, but then you're paying to move it. And so I think that understanding the value of that from your buyer, because if you're putting your house in the market, maybe one buyer wants your things and another wouldn't. So you
Right.
can't really make that decision until you have both parties present. And same goes for a buyer buying a house. Maybe that particular seller wants to get rid of everything, and maybe another seller is very attached to their stuff and would be offended at the fact that you would try to walk away with their favorite sofa.
Seller and the buyer
The
dug their
refrigerator?
heels in over a refrigerator.
Yep.
And he would not let it go, and it pissed the buyer off, and the buyer ended up backing out
Yeah, over a
refrigerator. And then that house sold a few months later for $100,000 less than what he would have sold it for had he just parted ways with his fridge.
Yeah, which
So,
is
you
why
know,
I hate
that's what
negotiating
I do
furniture.
too. And you just have to be cautious because people get more heated over the stuff than they do the house.
That's right. All right. The last question that we get asked, Scott, is now a good time to buy or sell? Short answer.
Yes.
Okay.
Long answer?
Also, yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. See you next time on the Hamiltons Unlocked.
All right. Sounds good.
Energy 'cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah.